name's Jazz. I'm a 16-year-old student from Inverclyde, and I think we all want to see a bit of movement between the sections here. I want to shake things up a little bit. So if I may redirect the discussion ever so slightly.
Go for it.
Currently, 1 in 5 children are living in poverty across the UK. And personally, I think that should be at the forefront of everybody's mind. That should be of the utmost importance. Now, if the Yes campaign can convince me that an independent Scotland would prove beneficial to these children, I will grab my jacket and I will sit there. But until then, I'm staying right here.
OK. So who can help this lady here? Can you get a microphone? Can we get a microphone to this? Any second now.
Hi there. I totally agree with you. I mean, listen, we've spoken about so many things today, and it's really wasted a lot of time. Scotland is stinking rich, OK? The money that we won't spend on nuclear weapons, that we won't spend on criminalising poor people, that we won't spend on invading foreign countries, will be spent to create a better society. I've got 4 children. This is crucial, absolutely crucial for me. It's crucial for so many who's trying to create a better society. OK? It's actually, I've walked from the East End of Glasgow today. The child poverty rates in East End of Glasgow is higher than the open-air prison camp that is the Gaza Strip. It's not 1 in 5 in East End of Glasgow, it's 1 in 3, 1 in 2 almost. You know, we need to do something different, OK? We can't, it's the definition of madness, the gentleman says, we can't keep going on like this. And such a stark divide, because that's wealth and privilege. I've never seen such a stark divide. And you've got a lot of ordinary Scots over here who are going out their way. I canvassed the poorest part, the poorest constituency in the UK in Barrowfield, the poorest constituency in the UK is Shelton, and we didn't have one no voter. Not one no voter, because we know we need to do something different, and we need to vote for independence.
Would you all say that thing that what needs to change is we need to become independent? Would you all agree that independence would help these children?
Yes.
Would you all agree that?
We're currently criminalising people for the crime of being poor, for the crime of being unemployed. We can't go on like that.
Will you have me on your section?
Yes.
So, she's moved.
Absolutely. We owe this to our children, to give our children a future. You asked for a Rammy today, Victoria, and I think it's been puerile, absolutely puerile. We've spent so much time going on about money. Scotland is stinking rich. It's what we do with that money that counts.
Victoria,
it's what we do with it.
Victoria, this is important point in that.
OK.
Victoria,
so, earlier on, hang on a sec. Earlier on, we had a gentleman.
Victoria, just on that point.
Bear with me one sec. Welcome back to Views on the BBC News Channel. And we have the Undecideds, we have the Yes Camp, we have the Better Together campaign over here. We've had a bit of movement from the audience. We've invited them to move if their views change throughout the morning. And we've had movement to the No Camp. We've had movement, as you've just heard, from the Yes Camp. Over here, hello.
Hi, my name is Emily. I recently moved to Scotland from Australia. And for a while, I just felt I didn't really know enough about either country to make a decision. And I think, from what I've heard today, independence is definitely the right way to go.
I'm Harriet. I'm the Welsh woman again. I think what was just said was disgraceful. There are children in poverty in the south of England. There are children in poverty in the Welsh valleys. Cut yourself off from them and don't campaign for them. And the woman that's a trade unionist, the trade union movement, fantastic movement for workers. What about the workers in the south of England who can't stand the Westminster government? I have problems with the Westminster government, and so do many people in the south of England. People living in London have problems with the Westminster government.
OK, hang on. There is no point talking over each other. Hang on. Lady over here, hello. It's you.
I'm Margaret Wilson, and I just feel it's been one-sided.
Go ahead.
That's all I'm going to say.
Victoria, an important point about child poverty.
Yes.
An important point about child poverty is, look, don't take my word for it, don't take the SNP's word for it, don't take any politician's word for it. Why don't we look at the independent, non-political Joseph Rowntree Foundation, which has already said that all the powers to actually address child poverty already exist in the Scottish Parliament, around housing, around education, around health. Read the report, Fiona, I'm happy to send you. The Joseph Rowntree say, but sadly they say, and this is crucial, that we have a Scottish government that's obsessed with the referendum and not actually changing Scotland. So I passionately believe that we should reduce child poverty. I came into politics to fight poverty, not to fight about which politician had what power and what building. I want to reduce poverty. Crucially, I want to reduce poverty, not just in my own constituency in Glasgow, but across the rest of the United Kingdom and the rest of the world. And I passionately, genuinely believe we do that best by being part
We
of the
don't
United Kingdom.
trust you.
hang on.
We don't trust you to do it. That's the problem.
We've got some more movement of
We
people.
have child
Clearly,
poverty in the last Labour
We don't
government.
we've got
trust you.
some more movement of people. Clearly, it's unscientific. That goes without saying. Hello. Hi.
Yeah, Victoria, I wanted to answer our Welsh comrades. They make a very good point. But my socialism doesn't end in the East End of Glasgow, where I come from.
No, not
My
at all.
socialism doesn't end in Newcastle or Liverpool. And you guys have deliberately mentioned Newcastle and Liverpool. OK, but my socialism doesn't end in Dover. My socialism, we're trying to create a progressive beacon in Scotland. I'm in touch with a lot of people in the West, in England, who see us as something that's going to help them change England. Right?
Can you
We
can I
can
ask
do
you, sir,
something.
sir, why would independence mean? Why would independence?
Victoria, because
why
we
would
are on the
independence
cusp.
mean that you were
We're on the
progressive?
cusp of doing something fantastic.
We've got a chance.
Some of these guys are about changing flags. I'm about doing something. I'm about changing.
Yes.
There's a very famous Scottish Irishman called James Connolly says it's no point just changing the flags. We need to change a bit of the system as well. Okay, and that's what we're going to do next year, right? And what we can do is we can create a system and a beacon of progress that people down south can say, look what they're doing there, look how they're treating their people fairer, look how progressive that society is, and that will act as a springboard for them to argue and create a better society in England and hopefully elsewhere as well.
Let's give someone else a chance. Hang on.
My name's Katie, I'm 16 and I'm a school pupil. I'd just like to make a reference. Labour reduced child poverty by a third in 10 years between 1995 and 2005, and you didn't even mention it. You had time to speak and time to convince all of these people that you've done something to reduce child poverty, but you didn't, and that's the type of passion that we're going to see that's going to convince people to move over to the SNP. That's one of the reasons.
Can I ask?
One of the main reasons that I'm undecided, if you stood here and give me a solid argument, showing some passion, it goes back to identity. People believe themselves to be Scottish and they think that the SNP and the Yes campaign are showing some national pride. So far, we've had nothing from the union to show that we feel Scottish, that you want us to stay. And it's that lack of passion that's going to convince people to move over to
So
the Yes campaign.
if our Better Together campaign is here today was slightly more passionate, you'd be in the No camp? You'd be in the Better Together camp? That's all it would take for you?
Labour's done so much good work for the country over the past decade, and I'm sure many people in the Yes.
Okay, all right.
They've reduced child poverty.
And can I ask you, do you feel like moving right now or not?
No,
No,
because
okay.
I don't believe that I should go to Yes.
Can I just address that,
feel
Victoria?
passion from-
Can I just address that? Fair enough, I'm maybe not shouted and hissed, maybe like the other side, but I did say that Scotland, the last Labour government, have child poverty across the UK and have pensioner poverty right across the UK.
Well, that's
And
not
I've
very well, but I
passionately-
watched your TV debate last week and it was the exact same problems. You and Nicola Sturgeon spent an hour and a half bickering over silly little issues. And what you should have been doing is targeting people and showing them that it's best to stay in the union, be passionate about it, rather than trying to poke holes in the SNP's argument.
Okay, over here, hello.
Hello. I'm Peter Hutchinson. I'm from Northern Ireland originally. I live in Scotland, and to complicate matters, I own a business that's registered in England, which puts me in quite a difficult position. So identity-wise, I don't know where I'd fit into
You're welcome here.
independent Scotland. But the main reason I'm on this side of the room is that having read the impartial or the limited impartial advice I can find, the bottom line to me is that we don't actually know what we're voting for, because negotiations are taking place after the vote. If you go into a shop and buy something, you know the price. If you go into business to do a business deal, you sit down and you negotiate a deal and you know what you're entering into. We have absolutely no idea what we're entering into. From my point of view, the Yes campaign are saying that their campaign